The last two GCT events have been won by these two players.
This is it.
Fabi and Alireza.
And as for Alireza's quest to become world number one, this is the curse of having such a high rating. He has a very, very good blitz score. He won Knight H3. Knight H6 he won now.
I was not
Knight
expecting
H3. This is what you do when you won the tournament, and you have some crazed ideas about how to play an opening.
Experiment and have fun.
You experiment and have fun. That's it.
But what I wanted to say is, I think he's on a massive plus score in the blitz, and is currently breaking even rating-wise.
He's not gaining any rating.
Yeah, because he's just so far above the field here,
Right.
That's
I think he's on
unfortunate.
like +7 in the blitz over the 2 days, and not gaining anything.
It just feels like that's some kind of an insider's joke. You go to Magnus and you say, congratulations, you had a marvelous result. You went +5 and you won the tournament cleanly. And Magnus dryly says, yeah, but I lost a rating point. That was what I was supposed to do.
I think we had this discussion on air one year, right? About whether the rule that you cannot lose rating if you win the tournament is still in place or not. It definitely did exist.
For Karpov, absolutely. Yeah. Specifically for Karpov. For Karpov, yeah. Because he was going through tournaments with a very nice, comfortable +3, but losing rating, winning the tournaments, but not sufficiently. So they changed it for Anatoly Karpov. Whether they kept that rule, I don't know. By the way, I mean, what is going on? Isn't like Bobby just like slightly better out of the opening here?
Well,
Why start with Knight
one Knight
H3?
H3, like, how is this a
Not
surprise?
possible. That's a good point. That is a good point. Knight to D3. Okay. Do we acquiesce and put our bishop on A7? The reason I ask is because you don't want to see bishop take C6, C5, and A4, and somehow.
Well, you can't make all 3, yeah?
Right. You got to go Knight D3.
Bishop G4, though. You're
Well,
not.
starts with A4.
Okay. So.
Now he wants to take and go C5 maybe.
Right.
Can we even... Oh, we can keep the C5 pawn alive because the other knight can defend it well.
That's what I was thinking, right? Okay, maybe it's time to play Knight E4 and just stop the fun and games.
Or Knight B4. Although Knight B4 allows Knight takes A5, so that at least requires some assessment, yeah.
Yes.
I mean, he will have compensation, but maybe we don't want to give up pawns just yet.
Okay.
Knight E5.
Knight E5, Bobby says, wait a minute, I don't
Pawn's
trust
just
you.
hanging on A5. Knight A5.
C6, I think, is the idea, probably. I'm very sure he just wants to play C6 and then recapture on C4. I wonder why he hates it so. Bishop B6. But maybe Bishop B2 and we end up not having a comfortable.
I like.
Yeah, we'll see this in a moment. Yeah, I'm pretty sure C6 comes. Yeah, he goes B4 very quickly.
Perfectly, yeah.
And now he wants Bishop B2. And to remind, Knight H3, Knight F4. I keep telling
Great
you,
opening.
centralize your knights.
Is there a name for it? What is it called, Knight H3?
I thought H4, G3, Knight H3 was called the elephant, but
Knight
I'm not sure
H3.
about Knight H3.
It's called Amar opening.
Amar?
Never heard of it.
Who was Amar? The Battle of
wrong
Wellington. You know.
It's the French name for the lobster.
That's what it's named after.
Okay, I'm leaving it.
Oh, now Bishop B2, C5 immediately.
Yeah, surprised by that, frankly. And the engine doesn't hate it. The engine thinks we will play Bishop B2 anyway next move, so we are perhaps eliminating some possibilities. Maybe if we play Bishop B2 first, they would have taken and played C6, C5. So we've avoided that by putting the pawn on C5 ourselves.
But now Rook A5, Bishop B2. Can I take on C5? There's Queen D4.
Queen D4.
I might be losing something.
Well, I've got the Alireza will have the two bishops as white. That's something to look forward to.
But can Black do anything else besides Rook? Maybe Fabi doesn't have to rush to take the pawns. They're not going anywhere, right?
Right. Okay.
That's a useful move.
Yeah.
Bishop G4, I guess, but after H3 you don't really have a follow-up.
Knight's so well placed.
Yeah, I don't think you can actually preserve this pawn on D4 on the board.
Can I do something with bishop f5 and d3.
You can take on e5, take on d3.
But then c5
I think
falls,
c5,
and that's maybe an improvement, because maybe the biggest issue Black has currently is that once the d4 pawn is gone, White has a very, very beautiful looking bishop pair. So getting rid of one of them, forcing White to take on e5 would be an achievement. I don't know if it actually forces White to take on e5 though. That would be the big question. Bishop f5 played, yeah, Fabi agrees at least with the beginnings of that statement.
Right. But will he follow up correctly?
Well, we're about to see. Firouzja has a big time advantage. 3 minutes 45 seconds against 2 minutes.
Under 2. Okay.
Bishop b2.
Here we go.
Seems like we have to play d3, but g5 by Fabi.
Okay.
Very
He's
funky.
had enough with this knight h3 f4
Very
business.
funky. Is there some? No, I don't see any tactics. I don't like knight h3, but if we go knight d3, the pawn on d4 suddenly feels a lot safer because there will be a white pawn on d3 in front of it.
Exactly. Knight
So-
takes d3, rook takes a5 looks sufficient.
And
Let's go back to h3.
knight h3 then maybe. Yeah, I don't know what the plan is. I don't want to give up on g5. I don't want to give up on d4 for nothing. So maybe bishop takes and d3 is the response. No, but then he takes d3 is so strong.
I've got a suggestion. Knight h3, d3 immediately.
Knight takes.
g5.
Take on e2.
Queen
Bishop
takes.
to d3.
And bishop d3, yeah. At least it's a mess.
I'm trying to create some chaos, at least to justify g5. And by the way, I noticed on the screen there that Bobby made that move as if time trouble was rearing its ugly head.
I mean, Ancient didn't hate g5, so it's a fine move.
Okay.
It's just creating a complete chaos on the board, which Fabi wants.
Whoa.
Oh,
What? Huh?
The piece sacrifice?
That does not work.
It shouldn't.
Knight d7. Black is just
Up, up.
Well, what just happened? What just happened? That was it.
Rook takes e2.
He can
Rook
he
takes
did the bundle.
e2.
I think he just...
Yeah, I think he thought
heck?
f3, e4, e5 was coming, and now
He could have started with e3 and then played f3, but not this.
Yeah, just a hallucination, I think, and he'll just resign here. He doesn't need to play this out.
e2.
He's already won the tournament, and this is an ugly position to look at. So I think, yeah. I mean, he's not really a resigning type, but you might as well, frankly.
Wow.
I think he blundered.
Sometimes when you've accomplished everything you wanted to accomplish, winning the tournament is this, your body just goes into shutdown.
Exactly, it empties
Yeah.
you. It empties you, and you feel kind of.
Yeah. It very
Struggling
often,
to continue.
oftentimes happened to me that during a tournament I felt, there he goes,
resigned.
he just said, I'm an idiot. I
Yeah,
apologize.
just blundered.
Yeah.
Very good word, because he's still the winner of the tournament.
Yes, he is. And let's go to, where would you like to guide us? Wesley Silver,